Good morning, gentlemen. I am Group Captain Chandel, Secretary Air Force Association. On behalf of Veteran Air Chief Marshal RKS Bhadoria, PVSM, AVSM, VM, President Air Force Association, I take the honor to welcome all the members of this esteemed organization to the 42nd Annual General Body Meeting. I shall be conducting the proceedings of the program of the day as per the program flashed on the screen. May I now request Veteran Air Marshal Jagjit Singh, PVSM, VSM, Senior Vice President of AFA, to welcome the August gathering. Air Marshal Jagjit Singh, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of President Air Force Association, I extend a warm welcome to all of you to the Air Force Association Raising Day. The celebrations started around 1.5 hours back with the wreath-laying ceremony at the National War Memorial, India Gate. Almost 100 members are present there also. It's a wonderful facility which the Government of India has set up in memory of the martyrs. Those of you who have not visited, I will request all of you to make an attempt and go and see that place. There's an organized tour also of that place. Should you want, one group captain is posted there to look after that. We can give you his number so that you can conduct. One of our branches, that is Gurgaon branch, they went as a group there and they spent the day there seeing the place. Though all of us are veterans now and have hung our uniforms, but we'll continue to be a part of the Indian Air Force till we have the last breath with us. So, as is the convention with the Indian Air Force, we will also start our function today this morning with the Air Force song. May I request all of you to please stand up. The wording of the song will be displayed on the board. I will request all of you to sing along. Air Force song, please. Thank you. Please be seated. Please settle down. Ladies and gentlemen, During the last year, some of our members departed, which is a natural phenomena. All of us who are living today will have to leave one day. I know it's a very big loss to the individual families, but to the AFA fraternity also it's a very big loss. As a mark of respect to the departed, we will observe 1 minute silence. May I request each one of you to please stand up once again. Please be seated. We do publish the list of people, those who have departed, in our magazine. Sometimes we don't get the information, so those names maybe are missed out, but we endeavor to put it in the next magazine. And in fact, of late, we have even started putting the names of those people, if we come to know of someone having departed. If he was not even a member of AFA, we're still putting so that the fraternity should know some of their friends have departed. I will conclude my welcome address with that. I will now request Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhadoria, sir, President Air Force Association, to address the members. Thank you very much.
Air Marshal Jagdeep Singh, Senior VP, and his team, my seniors here, all the veterans, air veterans, family members, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. It's indeed a great pleasure, and I feel honored to be here as president of this association and have this opportunity to interact with you on this day in the AGM. And also, on behalf of my team, give you a sense of what AFA has been doing, what we have done over the last 1 year, what all is happening. I'm sure many of the things you are already aware, but this is a good time to share thoughts, to know the status, and also to give new directions or any other issues that need closer look. Our Vice President will cover in detail all the issues and give you a kind of rundown on all matters that are important. But I will touch upon some of the basic ones. Our membership today is close to 1 lakh plus. I'm so happy to see such a good presence here. It is all a pointer towards the good feeling that we have as an association, as a body, and as an achievement of taking care of each other and trying to be of help and resolve issues that may happen for everybody concerned. In fact, many of the times, it's not only the members that we look after, even many of the Air Force veterans who are not members, we end up helping them. Finally, we normally ask the membership number in the end, and then we realize they were not even members. But that is our approach. On the membership, I think there is a need to further discuss with all your friends. It is each one of us responsibility to spread the good word and build this association. We can build it much more. For the air veterans who have already retired and are not members, you can reach out to them. For all the people retiring, as a matter of rule, the Air Force Association and all our branches reach out to them and try and get everybody to sign up for membership. We are looking at new ways of encouraging this. Corona was a period where this membership drive suffered. We got down to 1,700 annually, but normally otherwise we add 3,000 to 4,000 people every year, which we are back now. But I would like to see much more result on this angle, and it's only possible when each one of us who are members ask the people around who are not to get them along. Finally, we are one big family, and that is how it is best done. On our financial health, the big picture is that we are in good state because of good financial prudence and our methodologies. Our branches are growing. Our financial health of the branches which was poor has come up, which is a really good sign. And some of it is thanks to the efforts for their really proactive support. Senior VP has been in touch with them, and we have worked out many ways where this kind of support can get improved, and that is one of the reasons why we've been able to aid our branches, and the branches are growing in activity and finances very well. Other good part of finances and good health is for two reasons. One, we have seen a lot of enthusiasm in people wanting to donate. While there is a long list of donation, I would like to especially mention Group Captain and Mrs. Puri, who have donated a big amount of money. Mrs. Asha Dahiya and also Wing Commander Saraf. They have done a fairly strong donation over the last 1 year. And many others. Pardon me if I'm not taking all the names, but I want to give you a sense of this belongingness and people wanting to donate and help the association. We are also open for now, registered and open for CSR kind of activity. We have not proactively seeking funding on this under this head, because normally our needs are met by our members and donations by our veterans. But should the need arise, or should there be progress in that area, that will further add to our financial health. So overall, it's a good state. It's a state which we want to improve further to do more work. One of our areas, other than this, of focus was to improve our connectivity, to be able to inform people, be it through emails, be it through mobile numbers. So you will see a fair amount of focus on getting the latest mobile numbers or WhatsApp Connect and emails. The magazine is being supplied through mail also. This is one of the progress in the digital front. And I think this will also give us good results in the future. So please ensure that our connections are strong, and we will increase the amount of information flow and the speed of our help, speed of response as associations and branches. Major areas that I see of concern are related with pension related issues, ECHS anomalies, or something wrong entered with this transition to SPARSH. Let me assure you all that all these issues are being dealt with and being looked at closely and followed up closely by the team here at AFA and the team of people in DAV. You must also realize that DAV is a facilitating agency and is seized of all the issues, but the action end of it is at some other. SPARSH is something being actioned by another agency. So we are doing our best, including now with the decision that we will put some AFA members, volunteers on some small honorarium basis within DAV to provide further quick connect and address issues that are raised by veterans in a speedier manner. One, get the information back quickly. Second, see that the follow-up gets done quickly. So we are seized of these issues. There are specific presentations and follow-up on this during the day here. So I don't want to go into details of ECHS first. You will get to hear more details from the specialist. But I just want to assure you that this is a phase that we need to handle quickly and speed it up wherever it is required to close the issues. And once the transition is over to SPERSH, everything will be much more efficient, and you will be able to get information just on the net or by the service providers that are indicated. I must also share one observation or concern of mine. As we were gathering at the wreath laying, we realized some of our buses actually couldn't make it. There is apparently some agitation of some veterans, not air veterans, I think primarily army veterans at Jantar Mantar. So our buses were getting confused with whether they are heading that side. So issue is not whether our buses got delayed. I think we need to, as veterans, firstly, I feel proud, and my whole team, that we have never had a case where in our air veterans community there's been disconnect or this feeling that things are not being done or not being looked after. Let me tell you that agitations or in a political time or election time is something that we need to stay away from. You are all aware, you are well read, your issues are well discussed, that whatever be the anomalies, there are in two areas. One is from pay commission and its follow-up, some anomalies there, and other is OROP related some anomalies which have all been taken up by the service with the ministry. The fact that it is taking time to resolve does not mean that it is not in the process. And I got more concerned in the last 1 odd week when a different twist to this is being given in terms of creating a wedge between officers and men, that officers are getting more, they've got the benefit and the men have not. It is not from our organization, I again said, none from the air veterans, but it is in a different sphere with some small veterans organization which are heading this, which is taking a political color. I'm only sharing with you with open mind for us all to realize that we must stay away from this. There is nothing like this. There is no merit in these arguments. I am aware of each single anomaly and cases that have been taken up. Should anybody feel the need that some issues that have not been looked at or not addressed, the best thing to do is to approach the branches and or to the AFA, and we take up immediately. If there is a logic in it and there is something that needs looking into, it is taken up with the service and with the ministry straight away. So that is the best way to go. I would urge all of you, and firstly I would appreciate that none of our veterans were involved, but I must clearly spell out and my request and urge all of you that we must in this political times stay away from the politics of it. Whatever is correct and justified, which needs to be taken up, must be taken up through the right channels. That is the only way result comes. That is the only way outcome would happen. That is the only way the issue will get addressed. The agitation or sitting in Jantar Mantar or getting into the politics of it will never ever get you results. Just sharing my thoughts on it because I have this opportunity, and I was really concerned on the ways some of the things are getting twisted and it's going on different angles. So thank you very much for being here, and it's really great to see all of you here. During the day, we will, whatever actions are being planned, talk by our Vice President and follow up some presentations. At the end of it, if there are any issues that you would like to discuss or bring up, please feel free, and we will have an open discussion. Of course, we will meet over lunch, and should there be any point, feel free to discuss there. Our office is always open, and we are also taking measures to ensure that our lines are 24/7 open. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, and my best wishes.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Veteran Air Vice Marshal Amit Tyagi, VSM, Vice President of Air Force Association, for presenting the annual report. AVM Amit Tyagi, sir.
भरा नहीं जो भावों से, बहती जिसमें रसधार नहीं, वो हृदय नहीं पत्थर है निरा, जिसमें स्वदेश का प्यार नहीं, जिसमें स्वदेश का प्यार नहीं. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, veteran Air Vice Marshal Amit Tyagi, Vice President, Air Force Association, on behalf of Team AFA, welcome you to this event. And in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'll be covering the major activities during the last 1 year. As you all are aware, that main objective of AFA is to promote the welfare of air veteran fraternity. Towards this, AFA acts as an interface between various government departments and retired Air Force veteran community to address their problems. It maintains regular interaction on issues like pension and health care, etc. I will now highlight some of the important activities undertaken by the association during the last 1 year. Large number of queries related to pension and family pensions, error in EPPO, and other documents, etc., are received at AFA from air veterans and their families. AFA is quite serious and resolving these queries and doing all the possible measures to resolve. In this regard, AFA is maintaining regular interaction with DAV. It has been decided by the president of AFA to position our rep at DAV to facilitate the same. Rep of DAV will cover the relevant aspect in their presentation. We keep on receiving various cases of medical reimbursement from air veterans and their families, which are taken up with ECHS effectively for necessary action. Many of them have been resolved to the benefit of the members. AFA is also in close touch with the ECHS through regular interaction and meetings. On 17 July 23rd, AFA team, led by Senior VP, had a meeting with MD ECHS. During the meeting, important issues like non-availability of medicines from polyclinics, undue delay in reimbursement of medical claims, denial of admission to impaneled hospitals, authorization of dental implants, current status of opening of additional polyclinics, etc. were discussed. Some of the prominent cases, as you can see on the screen, are forwarded to ECHS for their resolution on the fast track. Senior VP AFA had requested MD ECHS for regular interaction with an aim for dissemination of information for all veterans. MD ECHS informed that they are planning for regular interaction with the members of all the recognized associations. First such meeting was held on 1st September 23rd. We are honored that MD ECHS will be giving a detailed presentation for the benefit of veteran community. My humble request is that please do not interrupt the MD during the presentation. Personal cases may be taken up separately. The total number of AFA members are, as on 15 September 23rd, stands at 1,04,016, which includes 96,857 air veterans and 7,159 spouse members. This includes honorary members also. Till now, we had 2 honorary members, and today 3 more are being added. The names are flashed on the screen. To efficiently manage the welfare activities, AFA has 20 branches pan-India. Considering the request from veterans, 2 more chapters, one each at Ghaziabad and Bareilly, have been recently opened. Also, an additional branch at Gwalior in MP region is being considered. These are the photographs of the Bareilly chapter, which was inaugurated recently. AFA has 3 main events during the year: annual general meeting, Air Chief Marshal P.C. Lal Memorial Lecture, and facilitation of octogenarian and nonagenarian members. Every year, annual general meeting is supposed to be held on 15 September, being the raising day of AFA. Due to unavoidable circumstances, it was conducted on 10th December 22 last year. Also, this year, we are conducting today as per the availability of the Chief of the Air Staff. Some of the photographs of the event from the last function is shown on the screen. Air Chief Marshal P.C. Lal Memorial Lecture is an annual event held at AFA in memory of one of the most illustrious Chief of Indian Air Force. Air Chief Marshal P.C. Lal is deeply revered for his excellence and vision in leading the Indian Air Force to glorious victory in 1971 war. It is heartening to mention that ex-Defense Minister Shri George Fernandes, ex-President of India Shri Pranab Mukherjee, National Security Advisor Shri Ajit Doval, Foreign Minister Shri S. Jaishankar, Defense Minister Shri Rajnath Singh has been our eminent guest speakers. Our last speaker on the 38th ACM PC Lal Memorial Lecture was Shri S. Somnath, Chairman ISRO, the man at the moment and a national hero. It is a matter of great pride for AFA that Shri S. Somnath took us all into confidence and shared the breaking news on 28 June 23rd, the news of forthcoming plan of launch of Chandrayaan-3. Sure enough, Chandrayaan-3 created the history and with the perfect landing on moon on 23rd August 23. The whole lecture is available on YouTube. Some of the photographs are shown on the screen. To encourage and motivate the veterans, there has been a practice to honor our octogenarian and nonagenarian members when they attain the age of 80 years and 90 years respectively. On 28th February, we have honored 62 members at a function held at Air Force Station, New Delhi. We have also approached Air Headquarters for formulating the SOP for honoring the veterans achieving 100 years milestone. Some of the photographs as shown on the screen. As you all are aware, AFA is publishing a magazine twice a year, that is in the month of March and September. The same is supplied to approximately 19,000 lifetime subscribers. During the year, lot of effort has been put in and the magazine standards has improved considerably. The lifetime membership of ₹1,000 has been stopped. Digital magazine in PDF format is now available free of cost on to both veterans as well as air warriors on AFA Facebook page and AFA Twitter page. Also, it is available on email and WhatsApp. We will continue to dispatch the hard copy of the magazine to existing subscribers unless a subscriber opts for digital PDF. AFA website has been the gray area for us. In spite of the efforts, the site could not be upgraded to the desired standards. However, efforts are underway, and we expect that shortly the website will be made more interactive and user-friendly. There has been a persistent demand from our members for construction of senior citizen home at Pune, Chandigarh, and Hyderabad. However, availability of suitable land is the main constraint. At Hyderabad, one of the veteran member has offered to donate the land for senior citizen home, which is at the outskirts. The branch has been advised to carry out the survey for prospective residents. The proposal is being studied for managing the suitable medical and administrative arrangements. To acknowledge and appreciate the good work done by veteran members and the office bearers, the Chief of AFA staff has consented to award 3 appreciations every year. The screening committee constituted for this purpose has selected Veteran Group Captain Chiraj Mehndi, President AFA Noida Branch, Veteran JW Satish Kumar Sinha, Coordinator AFA Haryana Branch, Veteran Kopal RK Mediratta, Executive Council Member AFA Branch Gujarat. The appreciation cards will be awarded by the CS today. To manage the various welfare activities of AFA, it is provided some financial assistance and grant by the Air Headquarters. In addition, various members also offer generous donations for this philanthropy task. Names of few such donors are shown on the screen. I am on behalf of Team AFA, convey our heartfelt thanks to one and all, and also look forward for similar cooperation in the future too. AFA and Marshal of the Air Force Trust offer various welfare schemes for veterans and air warriors. These are scholarships, marriage grant, and assistance for the IVF treatment. Different categories of scholarships are shown on the screen. That is professional, non-professional, class 10th and 12th, and for below class 10th. AFA offers 99 scholarships, and MFT offers 52 scholarships. An amount of rupees 14,56,000 is disbursed every year. These are the details of the various types of scholarships being offered. For the marriage of daughter of widows members, maximum amount of rupees 31,000 is given. The widow has to be the member for at least 2 years. IVF treatment grant is provided to the air warriors as well as veterans after the 3 failed attempts at the service hospitals, and maximum amount of rupees 1 lakh is given. Marshal of the Air Force Trust provides various welfare schemes, which are medical treatment for self and dependent, cost of higher education of children, veterans and their families in acute financial distress, repair stroke construction of damaged house due to natural calamities, meeting of any other contingency as deemed fit by the Board of Trustees. Some other initiatives: sponsoring of fees for the special children under the ages of AFA, physiotherapy equipment for SMC for benefit of veterans, grant to polyclinics for upgradation of facilities, and cash incentives to coaches and participants in Asian Games. Coming to the outreach programs, as brought out by the President AFA during his speech, all the branches are advised to make systemic efforts and efficiently manage welfare activities for air veterans and their dependents, spouse members irrespective of the age, veteran and families whose children are staying abroad, veterans above 80 years. For efficient communication, we are in the process of making digital registry, WhatsApp group, branch-wise, chapter-wise, and for daily NCR group, AFA will be managing the group. Coming to the balance sheet, donation received during the financial year 2021 and 22 was rupees 9,73,532 and rupees 9,73,369 have been received in the financial year 2022-23. With an average of 12% overall financial health, the AFA is in good situation. Members of the House are requested to approve the balance sheet, which has been duly audited by the Chartered Accountant, Messrs. STM and Associates. Before I sign off, I, on behalf of Team AFA, would like to convey our heartfelt thanks to one and all for their wholehearted cooperation and support in managing the welfare activities. I assure you that AFA team is well motivated and committed to enhance the standards of welfare activities for the betterment of the veteran fraternity. I am quite confident that we will be successful because कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now we shall begin the discussions on agenda points. The agenda item number 1 pertains to passing of the minutes of the AGM 2022. After the AGM held on 10th December 22, the minutes were placed on the AFA website and AFA Facebook page to allow the members to read them and raise observations, if any, before we statutorily pass them at the next AGM, that is this AGM. I am pleased to inform the House that nil observations have been received at AFA. Hence, I request any two members present to propose and second the passing of the minutes. Please note, Sareen, please note the names. Thank you, sirs. Agenda item number 2 is passing of the balance sheet for the financial year 2022-23. The balance, as informed by Vice President in his annual report, The balance sheet for financial year 22-23 has been audited by Messrs. STM and Associates Chartered Accountants. The balance sheet has to be statutorily passed at the AGM. Hence, I request any two members present to propose and second the passing of the balance sheet, please. Now agenda item number 3, now we move to the points received from the branches. First point is received from AFA Karnataka branch. The point is that ex-serviceman identity card issued by the Jilla Sainik Board for veterans is not handy to carry. Hence, it is requested to take up the case with Kendriya Sainik Board for issue of ex-serviceman card like ROIC or a smart card or like a ATM card. It's a very valid point. The matter was taken up with Kendriya Sainik Board via our letter on 6th September. Kendriya Sainik Board has intimated that the old foldable 4-page ESM card has already been reduced in size and a single pocket size card has been provided with effect from January 21. While the old format I-card continues to be valid, in case any ESM wants to replace with a smaller size I-card, they may approach their concerned Jilla Sainik Board. They also intimated that a concept of one nation, one card for ex-servicemen is under deliberation at Department of Ex-Servicemen Welfare in Ministry of Defence. Second point has been received from AFA Noida branch. It pertains to renaming of the road between Air Force Naval Housing Board sectors 21 and 25 in Noida. I would like to apprise the House that we have collected all the details and history about the late veteran, Air Vice Marshal Bishnoi sir, Veer Chakra Bar. We are preparing a case for taking up with UP government through Air Headquarters. Point number 3 is from AFO Association North Zone, which is at Chandigarh. It is regarding senior citizen homes. A number of veterans, for various reasons, are keen to move into senior citizen homes at their native places. It is suggested that a MOU may be undertaken either by AFA head office or Air Headquarters with such senior citizen homes located at different cities in India. MOU may include special rates and added benefits for veterans and their families with add-on ECHS facilities. This welfare measure will benefit a large number of ex-servicemen. Gentlemen, this has been a point of concern for AFA head office also, and efforts to get subsidized government land in various cities have not been fruitful. For example, Chandigarh, Pune, etc. So we have advised the branches to carry out a demand survey amongst the air veterans. There should be sufficient number of veterans who want to avail such facility. And also to identify suitable senior citizen homes in their respective AORs, which have the facilities which have been proposed by North Zone branch. The consolidated proposal will be taken up with Air Headquarters for further deliberations and actions. Next point also received from AFA North Zone branch, Chandigarh, regarding self-service for needy veterans, which was covered by Vice President in his speech also. A large number of veterans and families who are staying alone, they need various types of services, which include visiting hospitals, banks, or any other places for their day-to-day requirements. In absence of any reliable person, veterans find it difficult and insecure to move out of homes due to failing health, etc. North Zone branch has suggested that self-help groups of veterans may be considered at each AFA branch who are willing to do such service within their local areas. In case required, nominal service charges fees may be included to be paid by the needy veteran to such a group. They have requested to consider how this can be implemented. Gentlemen, AFA head office had already issued an advisory on the subject, wide AFA HO /27/1 welfare dated 24th May 23. All branches have once again been requested in a communication signed by Senior Vice President to direct extra efforts towards identifying such needy veterans and devise suitable system to provide assistance to them. And of course, guidance has been provided in our letter dated 24th May. Next point is from AFA Kerala branch regarding welfare schemes of Air Force Association. They have brought out that AFA runs a lot of welfare schemes for the veterans and families which do not get required publicity to reach the needy people. Hence, they have suggested that plan for the year may be formed and circulated to the chapters as well as in advance for ensuring proper publicity of the schemes. I would like to inform that the information regarding welfare schemes of AFA is disseminated by various means such as AFA website, Facebook page, magazine, and now we are getting into emails and WhatsApp groups also. Sometime back, posters were also printed and distributed to all command headquarters and Air Force units for display. Letters have also been written to AOCs of all commands for giving wide publicity at places which are frequently visited by veterans such as ECHS, CSD, messes, guard room, etc. Now we have just one point from AFA HO, head office. This is regarding some changes in memorandum of association. As per provisions of the memorandum of association, the changes have been approved during the meeting of the Governing Council Central. Basic clarifications and corrections have been brought in on various issues for better understanding of the clauses of MOA or Memorandum of Association. The two major changes brought out in Memorandum of Association, and the details have already been covered by Vice President in his annual report. First is appointment of one additional office bearer at Air Force Association Head Office as Joint Secretary, which is HFL Chabla Sahab. And second is the second tenure for nominated members of Air Force Association in Governing Council Central. This was brought out last year and ratified in the last AGM also, and it has been approved in the Governing Council this year. Now that all the agenda points are over, before we move on to the next item of the program, I invite any points from the members present in the House. However, it is once again requested to raise the points which are in general nature. Individual problems, personal problems may be taken up separately with the concerned agency or through AFA head office. Please hold on.
Hello. Sir, I am ex-sergeant Ramratan Duhan. Nowadays I am advocate. So I got two problems from ECHS. One fellow, Havaldar Bhola Kumar, his son is in coma. He came from Bihar to Delhi, but his admission was not taken in base hospital. Then he went to RR. RR referred to him into Penal Hospital. He went to Vedanta, Max, Fortis, but there was no bed. Lastly, he went to one hospital in Dwarka, and from August itself, the boy is in coma, he is in serious condition. So there was one injection was introduced by the doctor, which was costing 4,69,000. He came to ECHS, he was referred to RR, and from there it was declined कि ये नहीं लगा सकते. Thereafter again उसको सैंक्शन किया, जो 2,20,000 का था वो उसको लगाया है, और अभी दूसरा और लगा दिया है, लेकिन वो बच्चा अभी भी कोमा में है. और इस तरह घूमते घूमते या तो हमारे बच्चों को या किसी को भी फैमिली मेम्बर को जब सीरियस कंडीशन है तो एट दैट टाइम या तो आरआर में या बेस हॉस्पिटल में या कमांड हॉस्पिटल में सीरियस कंडीशन में उनका इलाज होना चाहिए. और यदि पैनल हॉस्पिटल में भेजते हैं तो फिर उनको इधर उधर चक्कर नहीं काटने चाहिए. दे शुड बी गिवन प्रॉपर ट्रीटमेंट. और जो हॉस्पिटल में जाते हैं वहाँ ये कह करके कि इसके पास बेड नहीं है और उसको आगे भेज दिया जाता है. इस तरह कई बार हमारे आदमी गाड़ी में घूमते घूमते मर जाते हैं और उनका ट्रीटमेंट नहीं होता. दूसरी चीज़ एक और है, नजफगढ़ में अपने एक्स सर्विसमैन हैं, उनकी वाइफ ECHS में आई थी कि मेरे को ये सीरियस बीमारी है. उसको पैनल हॉस्पिटल में भेजा गया तो अगले 2 दिन बाद वो डॉक्टर के पास गई. उसने कहा कि आपको एडमिट होना पड़ेगा, रेफरल बना के लाओ. शी अगेन केम टू द हॉस्पिटल, ECHS हॉस्पिटल. फ्रॉम देयर शी वॉज रेफर टू स्पेशलिस्ट OPD ऑफ बेस हॉस्पिटल. देन शी वेंट टू द कांस्टेबल जो वहाँ बैठा था, सिपाही, कि भाई मेरे को कहाँ जाना है कि आपको यहाँ रेफर किया है. तो उसने वो पेपर फेंक के मारा कि मैं इतने दिन से सीरियस बीमार हूँ और 1 हफ्ते से घूम रही हूँ, आज तक मेरे को एक टैबलेट भी नहीं दी गई इलाज के लिए और मेरे को इधर उधर भेजा जा रहा है. तो ये परेशानियाँ हमारे लोगों को हो रही हैं ECHS से. तो मेरी एक हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट है कि ECHS में हमारी जो प्रॉब्लम है उनके लिए हमें स्टेप लेना चाहिए और उनसे बात करनी चाहिए ताकि ये हमारे लोगों को परेशानी ना हो. अब वो लड़का 20-22 साल का है, यदि 25 साल का हो जाता तो उसको ट्रीटमेंट ही नहीं मिलता और वो प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल में जाके उसकी डेथ हो जाती. तो इसलिए मेरी हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट है कि इस तरह के केसों में हमारी ECHS से जो स्पेशल मदद हो सकती है वो होनी चाहिए. थैंक यू सो मच.
Point absolutely well taken. MD ECHS is going to be here today, little while from here. We'll positively apprise him of this point. And DG Armed Forces Medical Services will also be coming in the second session, that is at 12:30. So I'll personally apprise him, and I will take these details from you during the break. Please give the details to me. Little more details I will need so that I can take it up in writing. But otherwise points are valid and they are taken, well taken.
Thank you. Next point, please.
Yeah. In all these cases, when you come to know, please give a detailed, summary and the details of the case, any other such case, and we need to continue to take up with these organizations to change things. We can't allow such things to happen. So we must, wherever it has happened, we must take it up, and please send those to AFA. At our level, we will keep taking up and keep following.
Sir, I'm ex-sergeant Sudarshan Lal here. Sir, ये जो 20% पेंशन हाइक होती है 80 ईयर्स पे, उसमें थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्सी है.
माइक थोड़ा पास में ले लीजिए. माइक
जो 79 कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं बट और वो कोर्ट के थ्रू जाते हैं तो उनको 20% हाइक मिल जाता है. मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि इसको पॉलिसी लेवल पे टेकअप किया जाए so that we don't have to go to court and spend money.
ये इशू डिस्कस हो चुका है, इसमें कोई चांस नहीं है 80 कंप्लीट होने पे मिलेगा.
ये आपको कंफ्यूजन है भी 79 पे कोर्ट वालों को मिलता है. सिर्फ एक केस को गुवाहाटी वालों को मिला था, उसके बाद किसी को भी नहीं मिला. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का डिसीजन है, इट इज ऑन कंप्लीशन ऑफ 80 years.
That's fine.
That decision is very clear. If you want, we will show you the decision.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Agreed.
Next.
Another point, sir, that CSD.
Well, please give chance to other members also to speak.
One simple point, sir.
No, if everyone gets 2 points like you, others will not get a time. You have spoken 1 point, please give a chance to other members. You can otherwise give me your point. When we meet during tea break, you give me your point, I will take it up.
Okay.
जय हिंद सर. पीछे बैठ.
जय हिंद सर.
हाँ. डॉक्टर साहब बैठ जाओ, आपको देंगे चांस.
वारंट अफसर, एक्स वारंट अफसर यश प्रसाद. मेरा ये कहना है सर, फ्री आयुर्वेदिक ट्रीटमेंट एट पतंजलि हरिद्वार एंड पतंजलि वेलनेस में भी प्रोवाइडेड सर, 2 year warrior.
Take up this point with the CHS.
Second, WhatsApp number of all the portfolio holders in the AFA veterans may be provided to us.
Not understood. What point not understood?
WhatsApp number of all the AFA veterans may be provided to us.
AFA members.
These AFA veterans, portfolio holders.
No, you
All
want
the AFA
AFA
portfolio
members or AFA members?
No, AFA veteran portfolio holders. AFA veterans portfolio holders.
No, we are not, your point is not clear. Whose number do you want?
सर आप लोगों का सर.
अरे मैगजीन के ऊपर दिया है, हमारा नंबर ले लीजिए.
मैगजीन पे है, साइट पे है, सारे नंबर्स हैं.
सारे मैगजीन के ऊपर नंबर दिया है आप. हाँ जी मैडम बोलिए प्लीज.
हेलो, नमस्ते एवरीबॉडी. मेरे हस्बैंड 1943 के बॉर्न हैं और 26 फरवरी को, लास्ट 26 फरवरी को वो 80 इयर्स के हो चुके हैं, लेकिन पीपीए कॉपी में कोई है ही नहीं है डेट ऑफ बर्थ का. और हमने इलाहाबाद भी कांटेक्ट किया, वो कहते हैं अपने रिकॉर्ड ऑफिस में जाओ. कहीं पर भी रिकॉर्ड ऑफिस में सब जगह 1943 है, लेकिन कोई अभी तक पेंशन नहीं मिली है. 26 फरवरी से ड्यू है, जो बढ़ी हुई पेंशन होती है 20%.
ठीक
और
है,
मेरा
अपना सर्विस नंबर बोल दीजिए. मैं मेरे को सर्विस
246378.
246378.
हाँ जी. और एक बात और.
हाँ जी.
मेरा बेटा स्पेशल चाइल्ड है, उसके पूरे पेपर मेरे पास हैं. डाउन सिंड्रोम है.
ओके.
फैमिली पेंशन के साथ उसका नाम जोड़ना प्लीज जरूरी है, क्योंकि मेरे पास वही एक बच्चा है, कोई अर्निंग नहीं है. आइदर मैं जाऊं या वो जाएं, बात कोई नहीं है, लेकिन रखनी जरूरी है. मैं आज फर्स्ट टाइम आई हूं.
पॉइंट टेकन. आपके दोनों पॉइंट एक्शन करवाएंगे हम.
हाँ जी.
आप दोनों पॉइंट एक्शन करवाएंगे.
तो कहाँ से पता चलेगा?
अभी लंच के टाइम में, अभी 10 मिनट के बाद एवीएम सैनी यहाँ पर आएंगे, एसीएस अकाउंट्स के, और एयर कमांडर बालाचंद्रन जो डीएवीए के हैं. बालाचंद्रन सर, आप इनको मिल लीजिए लंच में, सर्विस नंबर और डिटेल्स इनको दे दीजिए, इनकी ड्यूटी है, ये करवाएंगे.
सर एक बात और है, जो इलाहाबाद से आया है ना हमें मैसेज, वो हमारे पास है.
आप कोई बात नहीं, आप बालाचंद्र साहब को मिलना, ये करवा. ये जो आपने केस दिया, ये जो आपने केस मेरे को दिया है, पिछले 3 साल में कम से कम 60-70 केस हमने करवाए हैं.
ओहो.
जिनके 80 ईयर, क्या मैं बताता हूँ क्या है, जो पुराने वाले जो कुछ वेटरन थे, उनके पीपीओ में उनका ईयर ऑफ बर्थ या डेट ऑफ बर्थ एग्जैक्टली लिखा नहीं हुआ था. तो जब वो 80 हो जाते तो बैंक वाले उनको पेंशन 20% इंक्रीज नहीं करते थे. तो धीरे धीरे हमने उन लोगों के नए पीपीओ इशू करवा दिए हैं. आपका भी पीपीओ ये इशू करवा देंगे. थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, 1-2 महीने, बट इशू करवा देंगे. और जो आपके बच्चे का आप बता रहे हो, वो जो मेडिकल डॉक्यूमेंट्स आप कह रहे हो, वो हम उनको चेक करवाएंगे. आपके मुताबिक हो सकता है बच्चे का नाम आना चाहिए, हो सकता है मेडिकल ब्रांच या ये कुछ उसमें ढूंढने, पर हमारी कोशिश रहेगी बच्चे का नाम ऐड करवाने.
हमारे पास उसका सर्टिफिकेट वगैरह सब है.
बस ठीक, आप इनको बालाचंद्रन साहब को मिल लेना लंच के टाइम में और अपने डिटेल्स दे देना इनको.
ठीक है जी. हेलो.
नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. कम दिस साइड.
मिलेगा, 1 मिनट रुक जाओ, 1 मिनट मिलेगा.
हाँ भैया, मुझे भी कुछ कंप्लेंट करानी है, क्योंकि मेरे हस्बैंड 29 साल अभी एयरफोर्स से रिटायरमेंट हुए हैं. 1.5 साल रिटायरमेंट को हो गए, और उनका मेडिकल, जब वो रिटायरमेंट डाला था तो उनका मेडिकल सही था.
नहीं मैडम, समझ नहीं आ रहा. आप ऐसे कीजिए, आपका पॉइंट हमको समझ नहीं आ रहा, या तो आप किसी और को बोल दीजिए वो बताए हमको, या आप मेरे को अलग से लंच के टाइम में पॉइंट अपना देना. क्या पॉइंट है?
मैं आपको मिलूंगी, क्योंकि मेरे मुंह के अंदर ट्यूमर है, तो मेरी आवाज़ क्लियर नहीं है.
आपके पास अभी कोई आएगा, आपका पॉइंट नोट करेगा.
ले लेते हैं हम, आपसे पॉइंट ले लेंगे. आपका पॉइंट हमको समझ नहीं आ रहा, आपका पॉइंट ले लेते हैं, और जितनी कोशिश हम कर सकेंगे जरूर करेंगे उसको रिजॉल्व करने के लिए. बोलिए जी.
ओम. मैं एक सार्जेंट ओम प्रकाश, मेरे सुझाव हैं कि हमारे सीनियर सिटीजन दिल्ली में बनाए जाएं, और ईसापुर एयरफोर्स स्टेशन ईसापुर में बहुत जगह हैं, वहाँ बनाए जाए, या आप अपने हिसाब से बनाएं. दिल्ली में सीनियर सिटीजन बनानी चाहिए. आज दुनिया में 2 ही दुखी हैं, गायें या सीनियर सिटीजन. इनकी घर में इज्जत नहीं है, नहीं तो पूछ लो. मतलब जिनके बच्चे ज़्यादा पढ़े गए ना, वो माँ बाप केवल घरों में रहते हैं, उनकी सेवा नहीं होती.
सुनो सुनो, आपका
हाँ जी,
पहले सुनो,
सुनो जी।
पहले पॉइंट का जवाब देता हूं मैं।
हाँ जी।
दिल्ली में हमारे पास एक सीनियर सिटीजन होम है, सुन लीजिए,
हाँ।
का कमरा आज भी खाली पड़ा, उसमें 2 कमरे खाली पड़े हैं एयरमैन के उसमें।
चलो मेरा सुझाव है, मेरे को नहीं पता क्या है।
सुझाव आपका बिल्कुल माना गया।
हाँ।
हमारे पास एयरफोर्स,
मेरे को ही नहीं पता खाली है कि नहीं है, मेरा सुझाव था ये इस पे ध्यान दिया जाए।
देखो ठीक है, ठीक है।
दूसरा सुझाव, ओआरपी में मेरे को उसका भी ज्यादा डिटेल नहीं है, पर सुना गया है कि 3 हिस्से का गैप है। जैसे कुछ को 5,000 मिलती है तो ऑफिसर को 15,000, इतना गैप नहीं होना चाहिए। गैप होना चाहिए पर रीजनेबल, इस पे नजर, इस पे मतलब गौर की जाए।
देखो
दूसरा सुनो जी, मेरा सुझाव सुन लो।
अभी आप सुनो।
हाँ जी।
1 मिनट आप सुनो। कभी भी सुनी हुई बात पे इस तरह से अपना विचार मत बनाइए।
अगर गलत हो तो मत मानो।
नहीं, उसको अपने आप समझिए। आप जो पॉइंट देंगे आपको समझाया जाएगा।
हाँ,
उसके ऊपर बात करिए।
ये मेरे विचार हैं और मैं कोई ऑथोरिटी नहीं हूं।
किसी का सुना हुआ है, आपको समझाया जाएगा। ये
हाँ, समझाया जाए तो मान लूंगा मैं।
उसके बाद सुनिए।
हाँ जी। दूसरा,
नेक्स्ट आगे दूसरे को
नेक्स्ट बोल रहा हूँ।
आपके 2 पॉइंट हो गए,
एक और है मेरा बाकी।
आपके सुनिए।
ये जी आगे से जय हिंद बोलना छोड़ दो। जय हिंद बोलना गुलामी की निशानी है। इसको मोदी भी कह रहा है, इसको भारत बनेगा, जय भारत बोलना चाहिए। ये 1 मिनट सुनो, ये जय हिंद हिंदुस्तान मुसलमानों ने बनाया था और इंडिया अंग्रेजों ने बनाया था। ये हमारी गुलामी की निशानी है।
प्लीज सर, थैंक
हमारे
यू।
देश का नाम या तो भारत होना चाहिए या आर्यवर्त होना चाहिए।
हेलो
इधर
हेलो
इधर।
हेलो सर, मेरा नाम XJBC जैन है सर। मैं प्री 2006 की कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उसके बारे में बताना चाहता हूँ आपको। हेलो, आर यू गेटिंग मी सर?
या प्लीज गो अहेड क्विकली।
सर, प्री 2006
Okay. I will tell you, we'll got precisely 10 minutes more. So you decide who wants to speak after 10
Sir,
minutes.
I'll take not more than 3 to 5 minutes.
So we got just 10 minutes because the next speaker on Sparsh is already available and waiting. He is already there, and then the MD SHS also has to come. So choice is yours whether you want to know about Sparsh.
I'll summarize my points,
Okay.
sir. I have got points regarding pre 2006. उनके PPO में वाइफ का नाम नहीं है। उनका वाइफ का नाम ऐड कराने के लिए वो पॉलिसी के हिसाब से पेपर्स भेजते हैं, सेंट्रल रजिस्ट्री में स्पीड पोस्ट करते हैं। उसके बाद वो पेपर कहाँ जाते हैं, वो एक दो साल तक उसका
ये आप केस भेज दीजिए, AFA ऑफिस भेजिए। अभी आपको बताया,
PDA भी बैठे हैं, आप इनको दे दीजिए
पूरा केस भेजिए, ये सारे फॉलो
आप डिटेल्स इनको दे दीजिए।
एक चीज और जानना चाह रहा हूँ मैं, अगर हमारा जो प्रोसीजर है, पेपर्स आते हैं, एक्नॉलेजमेंट हमको मिलनी चाहिए।
आप देखो, शॉर्ट आंसर ये है, आपका अभी तक नहीं हुआ, कोई बात नहीं। अभी आप ये केस भेजिए, अलग से फॉलो अप होगा। ओके, केस भेजिए।
2-3 केसेस आर विद मी सर।
आप ये बैठे PDA भी बैठे हैं, आप इनको पॉइंट दे दीजिए, आपको अपडेट करेंगे ये।
ठीक है सर।
और इनका टेलीफोन नंबर ले लीजिए आप।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू सर।
टेलीफोन ये नंबर नहीं देंगे, मेरे से ले लेना इनका नंबर।
चलिए, लास्ट पॉइंट नाउ, लास्ट पॉइंट फॉर द डे।
या प्लीज गो अहेड।
हाँ, खड़े होकर बताइए।
Sir, I am Sergeant Gulati, age 85 years. I have 2 points, facilities.
बैठ जाओ, कोई बात, बैठ जाइए।
प्लीज।
Number 1, a super senior citizen which goes to the hospital, they are unable to stand. I mean to say priority may be given to them, and another request that priority card can be given.
Point taken. MD इसी
Thank you.
उनको बता दूंगा मैं।
One more facility.
मेरा सजेशन क्या रहेगा उनको?
One more.
आप मेरा जवाब तो सुन लीजिए। आप गुलाटी साहब मेरा जवाब, मेरा MD SHS को मेरा सजेशन रहेगा that ECHS पॉलीक्लिनिक में हम डिस्प्ले करवा देंगे that priority will be given to people above 80 years of age. Actually the provision exists. Provision already exists. Yeah.
उनको सुनाई नहीं। Okay, you go ahead.
Okay, last point. Anyone last point? Just one point. Okay. Finish. Last point.
Hello. Sir, good afternoon.
बोलिए.
Good afternoon to all of you. I'm Honorary Flight Lieutenant R.C. Verma. Sir, I'm Honorary Flight Lieutenant R.C. Verma.
Okay.
One of my land was captured by some gangsters, which was bought in 1995 at Allahabad. The district administration is not helping me out.
तो आप इनका डिटेल्स मेरे को दीजिए.
My son.
कोई बात नहीं. हम एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन किस जगह पर थी लैंड आपकी?
Pardon?
कहाँ पर था ये?
इलाहाबाद बमरोली के पास में.
हम ठीक है, आप हमको ये पॉइंट देना.
जी.
और आपने किसी को रिपोर्ट किया एयरफोर्स एसोसिएशन में, किसी को ये पॉइंट दिया कि नहीं?
जी नहीं,
अभी दे दीजिए प्लीज ये.
अच्छा, ठीक.
आप चिट्ठी लिखिए हमको, हम यूपी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के साथ टेकअप करेंगे.
Is there any way to help me out, sir?
देखो
last 3 years.
सुनो, इसकी एश्योरेंस कोई नहीं है. हम अपनी तरफ से कोशिश जरूर करेंगे और जो भी चिट्ठी हम लिखेंगे और उनका जो जवाब आएगा हम आपको उसमें इन्फॉर्म करेंगे. चिट्ठी एड्रेस ही आपको रखेंगे उसमें.
Is there any way to that Air Force police of the...
We will take action. Don't you worry. We will take action, proper action. You will be informed what action we have taken.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, next, Sunil, please go ahead.
Okay, before we go to the next one, I want to say, please sit down, that most of the points I see are individual in nature. ऐसा कुछ भी होता है, you must send your case to AFA. We are dealing with many of the cases and many such cases have been solved. So you must, don't wait for AGM or something, just send it to AFA. I think send it to secretary, there is a helpline, mark it there, give all your papers and somebody will follow up. Thank you.
What President has told, I'll just, for the general information of the members available, I'll just narrate 2 cases at the, of course, cost of running out of time. You know, one individual approached us, an ex-sergeant. He says, after retirement, I took up a job with the company. The company deducted my provident fund and they have not refunded the provident fund after he retired from that post. So he took up the case promptly with Labour Commissioner's office. The Labour Commissioner's office wrote to us, wrote to that sergeant and told that this case falls under Labour Commissioner South. They were written to Labour Commissioner South Zone, South District, asking them to resolve the case at the earliest and inform them that the case has been resolved. Now, this sergeant is writing back to us again that now you approach South District, and he is staying next to South District. This South District office is at Puship Vihar and he is staying in Devli, okay, which is just 2 kilometers. But when we asked him that why have you not gone, वो कहते सर काम नहीं करते, वो बेचारे को उसको समझ नहीं आ रहा भी वो बाबू क्या मांग रहा है उससे. बट हमने अपनी तरफ से उसको एक्शन लिया और प्रॉम्प्टली उन्होंने रिप्लाई किया है दैट ये केस जस्टिफाइड है. साउथ दिल्ली डिस्ट्रिक्ट हैज टू एक्शन दिस केस, प्लीज hasten up this case. He is writing back to us one case. There is another case, medical case, when VP discussed. You know, one widow, she went for blood check at Batra Hospital, and they based on the prescription given by the CHS, they prepared the bill. When she went to the lab to give the sample, they said, हमारे पास तो ये facility नहीं है इस test की. So they told her that you go to Lal Path. She went to Lal Path and gave the sample, and the test was done. And the report was supplied to her. Unfortunately, when Lal Path raised the bill, and the bill came to ECH, the ECH says that Batra has already claimed that bill. So we took up these cases with the MD ECHS, and we told her that firstly, instructions should be given that if you don't have the facility, don't raise the bill. If you have raised the bill, cancel the bill. And even the polyclinic should give a second referral. Unfortunately, she was not given a second referral. This boy who did the test and supplied the report, he had to pay from his pocket because the company said, no, you have to pay. She approached us, we wrote to MD ECHS, and he is reimbursed, not reimbursed the money, but he is given a go-ahead that the entire money will be reimbursed. So what I want to say that whatever cases are coming to us, we are positively taking them up with the concerned agencies. whether they get resolved or not, we are not saying. We are not saying whether they are getting, but our effort is positively there. So please send this case to us, give the details to us, and I will speak to UP branch president, Group Captain Yadav at Kanpur. Okay, and we got a chapter also in Bamroli now. He will also be brought into loop. We'll write to the highest police authority there, and you will be an addressee in that letter. Our effort will be there. Okay, good news for you. President himself is on the board of UP government. He says, please give me the details, I will get it resolved.
Thanks.
I don't think you can get a better.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. There are 3 FIR has been done.
Okay, no problem.
One is arrested.
You give the case to us.
The whole gang is not.
Okay, you give the case to us, we'll try to resolve it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. चल एक सुन ढल साहब लास्ट पॉइंट दे दे हमारा बड़ा पुराना मेंबर से इज डूइंग पेड लॉट ऑफ डोनेशंस
Good morning, everyone. President sir, I have no grievance. This is just to compliment, sir, all your team. They are doing their best. I want to rest assure the August gathering. They are doing their best and have some faith on your team. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. लंच में बताना आप लंच में आपका इंडिविजुअल पॉइंट है आप मेरे को बताना लंच में बताना
Now we move to the
लंच में बताना आप मेरे को चलो
In my experience at AFA head office, I have observed that the maximum queries pertain to pension and related issues, especially so in view of the ongoing migration to SPARSH, OROP areas, data verification, etc. Hence, a presentation by DAV shall be of immense help and bring about clarity on various issues and help in resolving difficulties being faced by the veterans fraternity. Luckily, we have today Air Vice Marshal Ashok Saini, ACS Accounts and AV, and Air Commodore S. Balachandran, PD DAV amongst us today. DAV is doing an exemplary service for the veterans. So, without any further introduction, may I now invite Wing Commander Rohit Srivastava from DAV on the stage for a presentation. I once again request honorable members not to interrupt during the presentation, as you will get the opportunity to ask questions and answers at the end. Okay. Also, it is requested to raise issues or ask questions which are of general nature, benefiting the greater cause of the veterans community. Individual problems should be taken up separately with concerned agencies or with us. Thank you. This is next slide. This is next.
Good morning to all of you. I am Wing Commander Rohit Srivastava and I am going to cover the aspects of Directorate of Air Veterans. Am I audible to the last person? You can raise the hand. Okay. Right side is over.
You back.
So I'll be covering the presentation for DAV with the following topics: DAV Insight, core issues about SPARSH rollout, overview for OROP, and the corrections procedure for service records. Directorate of Air Veterans was formed on 17th September 2012. It is a pension processing agency for retiring and retired Air Force personnel and families, and it is the nodal directorate for issues related to service pension, family pension, and disability pension, including welfare. Can you go to the next slide? आप वहां से चला सकते हैं स्लाइड. आप नेक्स्ट स्लाइड दे दीजिएगा, मैं बोल दूंगा. ओके, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. DAV was formed with the erstwhile agencies as follows. It is a component of DPP&R, AFRO, AFCO, Directorate of Personal Services, Directorate of Personal Airmen, and Directorate of Medical Directorate, handling the following procedures. Next slide. Now, just to cover the role of DAV in brief, it will initiate, process, and finalize all pension cases and related any benefits. It has the role of pension revision for veterans and families. It maintains the documents and records of air veterans. P records of airmen and NCs are maintained here, but the P records of the officers are maintained with Directorate of PO at Vayu Bhavan. It maintains the financial records, that is the IRLAs for all air veterans, and coordinates with the central organization, that is ECHS, for facilitating ECHS card issue. Next slide. The organization chart, to give an idea about the DAV. AOA is the functional head, ACS accounts, then Air Commodore AV, and following are the sub-directorates handling various procedures at DAV. Next slide. Just to give a rough idea about the number of retirees which Directorate of Air Veterans is handling. So, in 22 we have had 432 cases of officers going on retirement stroke superannuation. Airmen and NCs was 6,268 and 6,700 respectively. And a projection of figures for 2024 are given on the last 4 slides of the slide. So having a total of 6,137 NCs, 175 officers, and approximately 5,000 airmen. Next slide. The kind of queries we are handling, if I will give an idea of the past 1 year, then CPgrams, MMC, email, telephonic, number of visitors is flashed on the screen just to give the load which we are taking. Next slide. Applications received for the change of correction of name, other records in PD documents. So again, in just the last 4 months, we have had figures as displayed on the screen. Next slide. So I'll now move to the more interesting part of the presentation, which is Sparsh. Next slide. As a part of Digital India program launched by the Honorable PM, a comprehensive web-based sanctioning and disbursement system, namely the CPDS, was processed by CGDA for all the 3 services. In principle, go-ahead was given by Honorable RM on April 2017. The program is also named as System for Pension Administration, or more popularly Sparsh. TCS has developed the module under aegis of the CGDA office. Next slide. The objective is to make the right payment to the right pensioner at the right time by reducing the quantum of errors and the processing time. Introduction of pension data verification, PDV, is there to ensure transparency and pensioner satisfaction. The centralized grievance portal for improved management of customer grievance is raised via multiple channels, and the centralized revision and disbursement is leading to reduced timeliness and accuracy. Integration with external agencies for validation of data exists in the system. Next slide. The salient features covered again: faster processing of pension activities, accessing of information on a single click, instant email and SMS alert to the pensioner, online query handling and redressal of grievances, mobile email ID and address can be changed easily at any time by the pensioner, online reporting of death of pensioner for commencement of family pension as applicable, and mobile app is in the making which should be launched subsequently. Monthly pension payment instructions through e-Kuber. This is a core banking solution of the Reserve Bank of India, which is facilitating the SPURS system and pension credit to pensioners' account directly without interference of the banks. Next slide. On 10th February 21, the Defense Secretary has announced the rollout of SPURS for Indian Air Force with effect from 15 February 21 without any acceptance trial. Since then, all the prospective pensionary cases in IAF are on SPURS only. In phase 2, from January 2022, the migration of legacy pensioners post 1st January 16 is started on SPURS. In phase 3, from September 22, the Office of PCDA Pension, Allahabad or Prayagraj, has started the migration of all legacy pensioners on successful matching of the data. As on date, approximately 26 lakh out of 32 lakh defense pensioners are already migrated to SPURS. A total of 1.3 lakh out of 2 lakh pensioners from IAF have already been migrated. Role of respective agencies on SPURS module, Directorate of Air Veterans. It is handling the initiation of pension claims and data correction, forwarding of the profile service requests submitted by pensioners further to PCDA. The following two types of service requests are there in SPURS module. One is the administrative approval, that is changes in which approval of services headquarter is mandatory, that is any type of service record, self-name or the spouse name. And straightforward approval is where changes which do not require any approval, that is updation of personal mobile number, email address of the pensioner, his bank details or the Aadhaar or PAN. Joint CDA, Subrotopak. It does the screen audit of all types of claims forwarded by Directorate of Air Veterans. After completion of the audit, claims are being forwarded to PCDA P Prayagraj for issuance of PPO. Role of PCDA Pension Prayagraj, take over both roles of Pensioning Sanctioning Authority and Pensioning Disbursement Authority, as we popularly know PSA and PDA. Final sanction of the PPO and the core PPO for cases initiated by Directorate of Air Veterans. Disbursement of the monthly pension. Migration of legacy pensioners to SPURS in consultation with Messrs. Tata Consultancy. Resolution of grievances submitted by the pensioners. Resolution of support request or the change request submitted by services headquarters. Incorporation of any changes in SPURS module with reference to policy change or specs change. Revision of pension in respect of SPURS pensioners as per OROP or as per government orders received from time to time. Court cases that are processed by PCDA-P through legal module are available with them only. Updation of life certificates on SPURS are forwarded by the pensioners who are living abroad. That is being handled by PCDA pensions. Next slide. Now just a comparison between the legacy system and SPURS. So manual processing of pension forms was done in legacy system, whereas these are filed online by DAV in SPURS. Hard copy was sent earlier to JCDA. The same is now submitted online. PSA was JCDA, PDA was the bank. Here both the roles are taken by PCDA P Prayagraj. Amendments were prolonged and with DAV can be done by individual itself by logging onto the SPURS platform. The stage of submission of pension papers to PPO, there was no clue available on the details. Pension data verification has now been introduced for checking the details online. Grievances were being handled through banks and DAV. However, now that can be done online through SPURS with PCDA-P. And CPPC used to handle the queries and clarifications earlier, whereas PCDA-P is now handling all queries directly and through SHQ or the common service centers in all states. Next slide. Action taken by DAV with reference to the apprehensions of migration. So Tri-Services presentation was coordinated by DAV and given to Additional Secretary initially on 4th February 22. Meeting with the Secretary DSW was held on 4th February 22. Meeting with Additional CGDA was held on 7th February. Migration of legacy pensioners to be undertaken year-wise. List of legacy pensioners is being shared by PCDA-P for data authentication before migration. And in first phase, the legacy pensioners were to be migrated, which is already done. Next slide. Cases that need to be taken up with Office of CGDA for waiving of first identification process for family pensioners on migration to SPERSH. All long outstanding cases which were pending with GCDA, PCDA are being cleared. Steering committee was formed and periodic meetings have been held with the Office of CGDA and reps of service headquarters, which will continue. Migration of pre-2016 legacy pensioners has started successfully, and there is a stabilization now which is expected to lead to better results. Next slide. JCDA has issued 40 to 50% suo moto and EPPOs with incorrect details, and EPPOs will form basis for migration. Hence, it has to be corrected in a time-bound manner, for which liaison is being established with JCDA. Establishment of robust and user-friendly grievance redressal mechanism is being undertaken. Resolution of service request is being done in a holistic manner within a reasonable time frame. Office of CGDA is coordinating with the already established CSCs, that is the Common Service Centers, to cater to the problems which are faced by legacy pensioners on migration to SPERSH platform. As on date, approximately 4 lakh CSCs are functional throughout the geography of India. The meeting was chaired by Honorable RM, held on 10th March 22, and following core issues have been projected as institutional of redressal mechanism. For this, a suggestion has been given regarding dedicated email IDs with at least 2-level responsive system within Office of CGDA and PCDA pension need to be instituted, and helpline numbers need to be attended on a faster basis with aim to resolve the queries. Next slide. Incomplete data of migrated cases or incorrect data. The suggestion was given to complete the data fields before migration from legacy system to SPERSH, and migration of pre-2016 should be undertaken only after successful stabilization of post-16 migrated cases. Next slide. Validation of data. Suggestion was given to during the migration of payment of pension, it should be stopped by current PDS and banks, and pension through SPERSH should only commence when a pensioner has successfully logged in and verified his data, and if there are any corrections, he has incorporated that. Next. Stoppage of core PPO. So suggestion was given that all the cases which are long pending at PSA prior to the issue of circular, and those pensioners not yet migrated to SPERSH, the core PPO be issued under legacy system only. Next. Issue of SOPs, this is standard operating procedures. Suggestion was given to achieve a structured, well-planned, progressive migration of legacy pensioners with encompassing a timeline-based SOP and data validation and transfer methodology designed perfectly. The drafting committee should be formed with the rep of DESW, CGDA, and Record Office. Service centers. Suggestion was given that the methodology and functioning of service centers need to be documented and disseminated. Service centers should be well equipped to address the concerns of pensioners, and these centers should be competent to resolve the problems we faced with the liaison between CGDA and pensioner. Common service centers. Suggestion was given that the copy of MAU service level agreement made with CSCs be shared with record offices for better understanding, and all updates related to SPERSH be communicated to record office. Next slide. Information campaign. CGDA needs to undertake an aggressive information campaign through social media, regular advertisements, and physical outreach programs, that is through pension adalats and pension sammelans. Time frame. A realistic time frame needs to be drawn by the Office of CGDA for migration of legacy pensioners to SPERSH, which will ensure user satisfaction. Next slide. Waiving of first identification. As a suggestion, the pensioners already submit their annual identification to their respective PDS in the month of November, December, as per government guidelines. First identification on migration to SPERSH may be waived off. Since case for family pensions are processed by record offices, after authentication of all documents, identification may be waived off in respect of family pensioners too. Now, migrated cases, there are certain issues. The present position is as follows. Absence of robust redressal mechanism. Matter was taken up by AOA with DEFSEC on 2nd March 23, and 47 fresh pending cases taken up with additional CGDA as latest on 30th August 23 by Directorate of Air Veterans. Non-disbursement with its stipulated timelines. The grievance resolved by DAV on a case-to-case basis through service request online and liaison through the liaison cell at Prayagraj. Unauthorized recovery of pension. Cases taken up with PCDA P and due down statements being made manually. PDC is September 23. Attachment of Tata resource person to Directorate of Air Veterans. Matter taken up by DAV with FA in April 23 and additional CGDA in May and August 23 for reattaching the Tata rep, and response is awaited from their side. Next slide. Incorrect and incomplete data of migrated cases. Window obtained by record offices with interface of DefSec for updation of records. Window provided was not effective as it mandates filling of approximately 150 fields for each case. Case taken up by DAV with CGDA and TCS. Fresh utilities are likely to be provided, expected by the end of September now. Non-provisioning of MIS node. Request taken up with CGDA for providing visibility to record office to answer veteran queries, but same has been rejected. And geofencing of SPERSH website. Case taken up by DefSec with CGDA by DAV, but was not agreed to remove the geofencing so that people who are accessing the SPERSH website from foreign countries may be allowed. However, just to facilitate the persons, required info is being provided by DAV via email and on receipt of request from such veteran. Next slide. Data captured in migrated cases are not matching with original PPO or the core PPO. Matter was taken up by AFA with DefSec on 2nd March 23 and followed up by DAV with additional CGDA on 1st June, 4th July and 30th August. 1 month pension not credited for pensioners. Matter was taken up by AFA with DefSec on 2nd March 23 and 29 May 23 and followed up by DAV with additional CGDA as dates flashed. Next slide. Unwanted demands being raised. Support request has been raised dated 29th August 23 and awaiting response from Tata Consultancy. Data correction window being unavailable. Matter again taken up at highest level by OA with DefSec on the dates mentioned and followed up by DAV with additional CGDA as latest as 30th August 23. Next slide. Incorrect service numbers captured. Matter taken up by AOA with DefSec on the dates flashed and followed up by DAV. Unable to add disability details while initiating data correction. SR was raised as late as 13 July 23. Same has been informed to PCDA and awaiting further response from their end. Next slide. Arrears of pension, commuted value and revised gratuity for broken period. Matter taken up by AOA and followed up by DAV. Pending resolution. Faulty mapping of service and family pension cases. SR raised on 27 Feb 23. This has been a long pending point, but matter is being followed up with TCS and CGDA and awaiting some mitigation. Next slide. Response to some common apprehensions is flashed on the site for better understanding. Stoppage of pension if pensioner does not operate his or her account. This is a complete myth. Pension will be stopped only if identification activity is not performed on SPERSH correctly. Stoppage of pension after identification due to wrong reporting of identification details. How to raise grievance? You can visit the SPERSH portal which is available online or the PCDA website or service centers physically. Pensioners going abroad, the SPERSH website is geofenced. They need to be aware of this and hence identification only possible through embassy or the consulate. Steps towards effective implementation of SPERSH migration. Weekly stakeholder meeting is being chaired by DefSec to monitor progress on SPERSH. MCM chaired by CGDA, additional CGDA for interaction with services to resolve the issues. Formation of joint MCs for early resolution of pending issues. Establishment of SBI, PNB, Kotak Mahindra banks and CSCs as per service centers has already been done. And onboarding of all Air Force account offices as service centers is under SPERSH. Pensioner steps that need to be taken for migration. On migration, the pensioner will receive the following message on his registered mobile and email, registered email ID. The message is flashed on the screen. And please guard against attempts of phishing because there are a lot of fake messages which are floating around. So you need to visit the correct website for updation purposes. Next slide. The digital life certificate can be submitted through the following modes: physically in the common service centers, banks, that is SBI, PNB and Kotak Mahindra, IPBB, that is the post office service available for submission of DLC at the nearest post office of the pensioner, through Jeevan Praman portal online. The center can also be visited if there is an office at some pensioner's location. Otherwise, the app can also be downloaded, which is easily available on Windows Play Store, on the PC or the tab or mobile. And this mobile app will facilitate the face recognition authentication of Aadhaar. And no biometric stroke iris scanner is required for generation of the DLC. However, please ensure that during DLC, the PSA should be selected as PCDA P. Select the PDA also as PCDA P Prayagraj and enter the Sparsh PPO number only, not the other PPO numbers. A manual life certificate also, though a lot of people will not be doing, but a graphic representation of the steps is shown where a printout needs to be taken after a PDF file is generated. So most likely the digital format is more easy and straightforward to implement. Next slide. Just to give a data about the ePPO issuance status as on date, the outstanding for officers and PBR as of now, the total is just about 2.34%, and the core ePPOs 13,047 suo motor nature have already been issued. Okay, next slide. The OROP, just to give a brief idea about the issues and the present position. So OROP 2 implementation, the representations received on OROP 2 from veteran associations taken up with TRIPAS for resolution by the Government of India, and issues reported by pensioners being resolved in coordination with respective CPPC and PCDA. Next slide. The procedure to be adopted for change and correction of name and date of birth of air veterans and dependents. Next slide. So these are the policy letters. Next slide. Now, documents which are required include personal application, self-attested copy of Gazette notification, and affidavit from a first-class magistrate for sergeant and below, advertisement in a national newspaper, and proof like Aadhaar or the PAN card. Change of date of birth for air veterans is not permitted. Only bona fide mistakes can be corrected, and only if there is a match from the commissioning document for officers, and if there is a match from the enrollment documents for airmen and NCs. Next slide. Change of name for spouse and children, documents required, personal application, self-attested copy of Gazette notification, advertisement in national newspaper, and proof like Aadhaar or PAN. Next slide. Change of date of birth for spouse and children, same set of documents. There is no major change. Next certificate. Next slide. Change of name and date of birth, both in case of spouse and children. Again, a personal application, self-attested copy of Gazette notification, and advertisement along with proof. Next slide. And this is the DOPT policy. So we have shown in the earlier slides what exactly is needed, not much more than what DOPT requires. Next slide. I have covered, sir. Thank you. Questions can now be taken.
Okay, while we thank you, I want to just request the ACS accounts. The issue is that everybody should be migrated fast. I don't know, he's projected 2 to 6%. I think the numbers are larger. I don't know what percentage, how it is. Secondly, the problem areas that are projected, somebody needs to handle it fast. There are only two issues. One, migrate fast, and there is a lot of backlog. Second is, whatever corrections are done, somebody needs to follow. That's all.
I will also add one more thing. You know, in his presentation, he is covered. Over and above the SSCs which have been set up by the government, the Indian Air Force has gone one step ahead, that they have set up Sparsh centers, 121 of them within the Indian Air Force, which are functional. Okay. The easiest thing for any one of you who gets migrated to Sparsh and is not able to get through, just walk into that Sparsh center, which is co-located with the CSD canteen at AFND and Camro canteen. Just go there, they have a special center there. There is a corporal oblique sergeant who is manning that section along with the canteen timings. Okay, give your problems to them. 99.9% he will resolve it on the spot. If there are some issues, I have personally visited both these centers, that is at AFND racecourse and Camro canteen. They are very, very, very effective. And this why this 121 figure? This is at all Air Force self-accounting units. Wherever there is a account section authorized, there is a Sparsh center which has been set up. So in Delhi, there are plenty of them. If you have got any problem, just walk into that. And I have a request to make to the ACS and PDAV that let's not limit ourselves to Sparsh complaints only. If a veteran goes and he's got some other DAV related issue also, he can probably submit it there, that also there. So then that center will further forward it to DAV who will further take up your issues. Okay, next.
Right. After pension, the second most important issue for every veteran is about health and medical treatment. We are lucky that there is a dedicated organization like ECHS serving the veterans fraternity in this respect. Major General M. Natarajan, MD ECHS, is amongst us today along with his team who are doing an exemplary service for the veterans. I am grateful that he has kindly agreed to give a presentation on this forum which will be of great help and highly informative for us. I once again request the honorable members not to interrupt during the talk. Also, it is requested to raise any issues or ask questions which are of general nature benefiting the greater cause of veterans community. Individual problems may be taken up separately either with ECH or through AFA. May I now invite Major General M. Natarajan sir on stage for the presentation. Slides are there. Okay. This is next. This is back. Okay. Forward.